Hello, everyone, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
Whoa! Sorry.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We are here to talk about Survivor Season 45, Episode 8, titled Following a Dead Horse to Water. And what a roller coaster this episode was that unfortunately ended with all three of us losing our final three pick. We all had Kelly in the final three. I know it was devastating. I really liked her. I was really sad to see her go.
Yep.
I didn't want Jake to go either. So it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want him to go either, but only one of them was my remaining winner's pick.
Winner's pick. That's very
whatever.
true.
I'm starting new, starting fresh. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, this was a crazy episode. It felt like it had everything. It had the auction. It had the first time a person has ever been lost their vote, but then made themselves relevant by winning immunity or whatever it was. It had blindsides. It had searches. The jungle for cash.
Giant fish eyeballs.
Fish eyeballs. But oh my God,
Kendra.
It's Kendra, Jesus. We can start by talking about Kendra, but before we do, I just want to say, this was probably my favorite episode of the season. To be honest, it was very entertaining, and it was funny because while we were, so Jay was upstairs. I watched it in a different room than everybody, so everybody could go to sleep before 9, and Jay came down at during tribal, and he just looks at Kelly's like, my God, her eyes, they're beautiful. And I was like, yes, I say that every week and nobody pays attention.
She's gorgeous.
Are they real? And I'm like, I
gorgeous.
think so. They're beautiful eyes. That's all I can ever say about Kelly. But anyway, all right, let's I guess we could start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. It starts with a little bit of foreshadowing, though, and I'm not going to do this recap style. I'm just trying to get us a place to start for myself because I'm so hyped up on this episode. It kind of bookends starts with Jake owning his, vote with Julie, and
Yeah, and he worked wicked hard to make that happen, and it didn't work.
Wicked hard. She can't trust him anymore. And he's like, this is a fun game, isn't it? And she's just like, listen, a-hole, wait till you say your name. I
thought it was it was handled really well. I mean, she says, I can't trust you anymore. Because I understand there was no yelling, screaming, or hard feelings. It was he took a swing and messed, and she,
yeah.
She didn't go, why'd you put my name down? Rah, rah, rah.
Right. She played it well. But I thought that it was incredibly mature of him to do that. I mean, he could have just denied it, but
I like that he got to do a little, like a little check, like, you believed me though, right? Like, I was lying to you all day, but you believed me. Like, I'm good at that part.
Was I good at it?
I was like, can I just have a little constructive criticism here? Are we good?
He's a character.
He is. I really like Jake. And I like Julie too. Mama J. It is interesting though when okay. So anyway, he says that throwaway line, like, she's like, wait till you see your name, and he's like, it'll happen. And then, setting us up for it happening. Did anybody think that there was a women alliance was going to stick?
No,
I didn't think so either. I mean,
they very rarely do.
It really looked like it was just Kendra and possibly Katora, who was with into having this alliance. And at the end of the day, it was Kendra and Katora who voted for Jake, and everybody else flipped with Drew's plan, which makes me wonder how much of a true. I know I keep picking Drew to go home just because I don't really. He's not my favorite player.
He's kind of the villain. Would you say he's like
he is the villain?
Yeah.
So
very
I'm wondering.
Sly, very calm. Said, "Hey, this." He didn't tell people this is how you should vote.
Yeah.
He said, "What if we did this?"
Yes.
A lot of people make that mistake. this is how we should vote. This person
Yep.
needs to go. They're the threat. It was smart. He handled it. Well, he did a good job.
Yep. He did. I think there was a lot of really good jobs all around tonight, like in terms of like social gameplay. Emily did a great job. I like when they're like, "You're the reasonable one. You tell us." And she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
am I rational?" I just go ahead.
I really just kind of to end it on Drew. I really appreciated the statement that he made that he's really trying to not allow Bruce to have any symbolic victories. I really love that because it shows that this player is looking at the full long game all the way down to jury speeches.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He knows that resume starting now, so he's wanting to push Bruce out of that. But it is also great for, the immunity challenge we end up getting. So
yes. And yeah, as far as Drew goes, definitely a villain, but definitely, I think to sum it up, has a good handle on the game. And as Chris points out in the chat, when the votes were read, Drew just sat there staring straight ahead. So
his little poker face.
And I told the kids that we could watch it tomorrow because they really want to see the auction and the challenge. So we'll end up I'll end up staring at Drew more during Tribal Council. But
there's another really great shot. I want you, since you're going to be rewatching it, just see if you catch it. I thought it was a phenomenal shot for storytelling. There's a shot that it's coming in on, I think the right side of Jake, and he kind of turns and looks at the camera, and then it gets fuzzy, and like Kelly moves, and it goes into complete focus on her. I was like, oh, she's gone. She's out. They just told us she's getting out of here.
Okay.
It was a really great frame shot. You should look for it.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I will definitely look for it. I'm trying to think. Like, I just lost my train of thought. As Sherry says in the chat, the only thing that annoyed me last week Jake was complaining he didn't want to tell people how to vote. People telling him how to vote. This week they asked him who he wanted to vote for, and he complained. I didn't take it so much as he was complaining. He just realized what they were doing to him. They were trying to trip him up because the second he throws a name out, they can go to that person and be like, "Hey, Jake threw your name out. He's
Jake
trying to get you out instead."
And because he even rolls his eyes when they walked away.
Yeah. So I don't think that he was complaining. I think he was seeing that he was being played, and he was going to play him.
He's a smart player.
He is. He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. Doesn't make him smart.
What is he, an ADA, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Or I think he's an ADA.
He's in charge of Duncan. I don't know.
Yeah. That, if they really wanted to get him, if they wanted to get him to step down in the challenge, Jeff didn't have to take the knife to the rice, which was whoa.
That was pretty violent. I mean, he hates that bag of rice.
He's getting his payback for all those quitters.
Yeah. Oh my God. Apparently, but all he had to do to
got
get
him like a fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you like a fish. Sorry, I love that movie. Scream. It's from Scream, the very opening scene. Anyway, whatever. It's a broadcast thing and a Scream thing. Shandy's lifting. She just laughed at that.
She gets
I know she did, and I'm just gonna live for her text saying I found that funny. Anyway, they just had to open up like a thing of Dunkin' and just start pouring out like it in. And then
Dunkin'
Jake would have been like, all right, don't harm the Dunkin'. That was an old lady voice. That was not okay.
I thought Julie was going to win the challenge because she the whole time didn't hold it by the knot. She was holding it up top.
She was used to it, but maybe that fatigued her arm.
That could have been, yes. And I didn't know Austin twisted it. I
saw like he turned his wrist.
Yeah. I said, how can you? You're supposed to be holding it straight, but.
He twisted the end up because I saw that because he twisted it up after Jeff said to Jake, "Don't wrap it."
Yeah, I'm not wrapping.
I would never. I would never.
It as a handle, but... What did you think of Jake's reactions in Tribal Council? Because I literally burst out laughing when he was like, look, people are playing Survivor.
Yeah, that was great.
And then, whoa. I mean, whoa.
Well, everything he was saying was true.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you get down to 10 people, you're not on, there's always someone on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he had any, I don't think he'd say it was Drew's plan that was, ahead of time. And obviously they didn't tell Jake because he played his shot in the dark.
Yes. And that's what Jake kept asking. He was like, so why didn't Jake, like, why wasn't he in on the plan? I was like, he could have been in on the plan. He played his shot in the dark, so he couldn't vote. And then for a second, I forgot that Bruce didn't have a vote either. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
And for a second, I thought Bruce was going to play the idol, but then he knew Kelly wanted Jake out. So that was his alliance. Wait till he gets home and watches every episode. I got to get rid of this guy. He's bringing my game down. I thought
of that too. I feel so bad, like, to be a fly on the wall in Bruce's house as he's watching this. And every single episode, he's just getting completely crapped upon by all of his alliance mates. I feel
but
bad.
His closest alliance, well, he thinks his closest alliance. I can't get away from him.
Called me the ball and chain.
Bruce lived to see another day.
And so did Jake.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the auction because I thought the auction was awesome. Let's start with the finding the money in the bamboo tubes.
I liked I liked it wasn't just the same plain old stupid auction.
Yes.
They had a twist. They kept, they said there's no advantage in there, which made it nice. But then they said, if you have the most money left,
it's wild that Bruce ended up having the most money when he started with the least by a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, people got smart saying, okay, I'll take the whole 600.
Yes, which Kendra takes credit for starting.
Yes. Yeah, Kendra started it. That was my strategy. I did it.
I think the auction didn't bode well for Drew's plans because this really set everything up for Bruce to have multiple victories in one episode.
Truly.
Yeah, I like how Kendra kept standing up too every time she had to stand up to make sure she got camera time.
I don't think that she has the ability to have any emotion while sitting. Like, I think she has to stand, dance, run in place, something.
She can't hide her emotions whatsoever. Lordy.
No.
Chris says I would have aced finding the money. Just look for the banana stand. There's always money in the banana stand.
Yeah.
That's true.
I really
$20. Go see a Star Wars. Sorry, what you say?
Star Wars. I love the that whole like part with everybody running to grab this money and Bruce just like meandering, through the trees. Everyone just like walking right up to him and just like grabbing the thing he just missed multiple times.
Yeah.
But when Drew turns and looks at the camera,
yeah.
Well, Drew said, he goes, what's all this, working hard and all this stuff.
Like, you can tell that at least one of these people have never participated in a citywide Easter egg hunt. I'm just saying, he does not have it down.
I would say that's not something that people generally,
Yeah, because if he doesn't get immunity, he probably goes home.
He absolutely would have gone home. I think he was the vote that everybody could come together to put upon. I don't think there was anybody that was willing. Nobody was even like talking about it like, I want to take Bruce to the end because he can't win. There was not even any of that. So I think he absolutely would have gone home.
No, they just want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to making the choice to get rid of Kelly. I mean, I can see where it does make sense. I mean, I picked her for my winner's pick. So clearly I thought she had the chops to win the game and she's the next basic threat for them to move aside.
To be fair,
But
I did too. I thought that she
yeah,
I
was
thought she could. I thought she
tough.
could win it.
yeah.
So what is the, like now that they missed their opportunity with Bruce. Bruce
Yes.
does still have an idol. It's like they've kind of set Jake aside. Do you think everybody's gonna like get tunnel vision back over on Jake and Bruce, or like who's gonna take the next hot seat?
Well, we're
Because
kind
I
of how many
can't
people?
think of anybody who's, you know what I mean, like at that level of what we've seen in editing of like either skill that's starting to scare people or that irritation level that just makes people want to push someone out.
Right. Well, there's what? There's 11 left, 10 left. Let
11,
me see.
yeah.
Not there's
11
I thought
left.
there was not 11.
No,
Okay.
because we're thinking of votes. 2 people
That's
didn't have
right, yeah,
votes
yes,
tonight,
okay.
so there was only 9 votes read. So if there's 11, there's 10 now, right? So, if you start to think about it, like this is when some of the big threats start to come at each other, right? So I can see
Yeah.
them going
Something like
after
Drew, Austin.
D.
Yeah.
I think
It's interesting.
D's a threat.
Yes.
She's a huge threat.
So much.
I think she could go to the end and she could win the whole thing. Like she's likable.
Yep.
She's,
Good at challenges.
sociable. She's good at challenges. I feel like D is definitely up there in the power rankings. Austin too, Drew, like we said. It's funny because Emily has so much power, but because she's everybody's number 2, I don't think anybody sees her as a threat. And I could see Emily going up there, making her case in the most logical, accountant way,
and then
just winning it.
Yeah,
I think she's your secret sneak to the end.
Yeah, you said your winners at it was from the first week. Because you're like, okay,
she's jokes about that.
She's not gonna make it, she's terrible, but she's very personable. She's very smart. She's not making any waves whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. They like her.
Get her in the winning seat, and then let Caleb be the last vote for her, the winning vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Caleb would, I think he would vote for it just because he could take credit for it. Seriously, he
could absolutely.
He could.
I think so too. I could see that. He could be like, I trained the winner. Watch out, Adam Klein. I'm coming for your business.
You know what's so interesting about Emily is that she could be asked. Let's say Caleb did say, ask and say, like, you're really only here because I stepped in. Like, what do you have to say about that and how you owned your game? On one hand, I could see how she would totally give him credit and say you're right, and then from that point, these are all the things that I had to do.
Right. You taught me to fly, and then I spread my wings and soared.
Right. But on the flip side, because she's just definitely dual personalities, I could also see her being like, well, I don't see it that way. Like, I kept myself here.
I can't see her doing that. I think she is zoned in. I can't see her doing that. I think she's
now that
in the zone and
has her dried meats and cheeses and wine. I think she's
yes,
far better spirits.
Yes, the auction when she won the charcuterie and wine, I even was like, "Holy crap, I want that!" Except I don't like white wine, really but I would have chugged it. And
I don't like wine, but I would have ate the cheeses and the salami.
And the salami. But then when she started doing the dance, like the little booty shake,
he goes,
also was like, "Who are you?
Who are you?" This is eating Emily or whatever she said.
Yeah, this is Emily when she's happy and not and well fed.
Well fed, yeah, well fed.
Oh my goodness!
And Julie won the toothpaste and mouthwash. What are you trying to tell me, Jeff?
I know, right? The
toothbrushing, I was like, yeah, like I think I'd be a little envious of that one.
Not for nothing, but I would have put all of the money I had on the slice of pizza. Because when I'm hungry,
pizza party,
I don't care. I don't care. When I'm
it's better.
Starving,
it's better
I
than
just want
giant
pizza.
fish eyes.
Oh, the fish eyes! And then, and they showed it twice. I was like,
"Oh, it was so gross."
Yeah. What were some of the other good things up there? The cake. Them picking at the cake like that was also kind of gross.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
more than
yeah.
gross. It's like, okay,
It's
yeah,
pretty sad.
I'm like Bruce. I'm just gonna take a few of the ends. I'm not. You got your hands are dirty. You're
You
reaching
know
there,
why?
grabbing that
Because
cake.
we've all taken care of kids and we see gross hands like that on a
Yes.
daily basis or have seen it on a daily
I
basis.
Yeah.
And
I
ugh.
think that the biggest win at the auction, but also possibly the biggest loss at the auction, was the peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the chips and the margarita.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing when she
Because,
said
like,
I could do a
hello, that looked
margarita.
amazing. But then
That did.
also, man, that was your opportunity. If she would have just handed that damn sandwich over to Austin, she'd still be in the game. I'm telling you.
It does. It all comes back. So now Austin has the super
Yep,
powered one, right?
he does
Yeah.
indeed. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you can't hand off something, can you?
I
No,
don't
no.
think you can. Like, before, people could, like, there was a lot of people licking each other's hands and fingers in the old
Yeah.
auction times, but I don't think you can give them the food.
Yeah. Switching over the chat. Let's see. Chris said, would they have been able to blindside him or would he have played his idol? Bruce? Oh, he might have played his idol, but I don't know. He also has a lot of hubris. So he
Yeah.
might have. My ally Kelly will protect me. Cut to Kelly being
Well,
like, all right,
he had no
I'm
idea the
whipping
vote
up the
was.
votes.
As far as I know, he had no idea the vote was for Kelly
No.
Yes.
because he
Yeah,
seemed shocked. He was blindsided by it also.
Yes.
Yeah, and you could kind of watch Jake go through the thing of, like, I'm really sad that it's Kelly, but, like, oh my God, it's not me. And, like, the mix of emotions. Bruce was kind of having a little bit of that too. I'm sure we'll get a really interesting confessional about, how all that went. Because what's he going to do now that he doesn't have, like, the one person that he could go, come on, keep walking, walk with me.
Stay with me. Be my friend.
It's like his power,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
no, the margarita moment was awesome.
he's we've said it before, he does know how to read people.
He does.
That is a strength. And so,
And apparently so does Drew.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see. That explains when Kelly looked at him after the vote and stated, "You did this." Looked at Austin, you mean?
Austin.
Yes, because he did. And Austin, yes, because she looked at that after like the first or second time her name popped up.
Yeah, she turned
Yeah.
and went. When her first name first came up, she was like, because
Yeah.
she knew that
That Jake didn't have a vote. Yeah. But no, okay, moving on from the auction.
I was blindsided by it.
They did a really good job of putting it out there. And even the last thing before the confessional before the break was the voiceover of like, this Drew versus Kelly versus Jake vote's going to be a tough one to decide.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get there, it was all just Jake. And they like really just kind of made us forget that Kelly was an option.
Yep. It wasn't until she got her first vote. I said, oh, they're doing it.
I know. And it was a good play, but I felt really terrible for her because she really seemed to be quite shocked.
I felt so bummed out for her.
Yeah.
She didn't see it coming. And I mean,
now,
same with Kendra. Like, Couture was pretty flabbergasted. But it is kind of fun when you get these blindsides. Like, it sucks when it's somebody that you like and they leave the game, but it is really fun for the game going forward because there's nobody on a good blindside. There's always somebody that's left out, right? And so now Kendra and Couture were the only two that really, other than Bruce, like they thought that they had this large alliance and they were going to do something.
Or Jake. Jake didn't know either.
Now they realize they weren't. So it kind of pushes, like, numbers wise, it kind of pushes Kendra and Couture a little bit closer to Jake and Bruce, which is hilarious.
I mean, they already, they kind of are because Kendra's been on the wrong side of the votes now. How many times?
I think more than she's been on the right side.
Right. And we've gotten her backstory tonight.
Which was a nice backstory. But then I started thinking, I go, what about the adopted father?
I know. I was like, what about her stepdad, though?
I kind of feel bad for him because
I did too.
Yeah. And
I thought it was weird that we're going to have a backstory about your biological father that is introduced by beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
He's
was a
this
little
big,
weird.
fun-loving blonde guy, loves his beer.
All right. Okay. Good.
So I wonder
Love
if
drinking beer
I wonder if
together.
she was bitter because I've known a couple people that found out later in life that they were adopted and weren't told, and they
Yep.
just take it in the worst way, which
Sure.
I get, but
I
it's
guess
like
it's a betrayal of, but I wouldn't.
I'm not in their shoes, so I'm not
Yeah,
going
it's a
to
personal
judge. But
thing that you
I
react.
wonder if because the way she was talking, she didn't say her mom, and because she looks just like her mom.
Yes, she
Aha.
does. And the
Yes.
baby pictures of her look just like her as a baby
Yes.
too.
Yeah. So I was like going, I wonder if she has, if there's a divide there now between her and her adopted dad and her mom. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of relationship juggling. That's a lot to work through as I mean as
Yeah.
a kid, but as an adult, it's like its own level of responsibility.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yes. Let's see. We talked about Emily. We talked about the rice, the challenge. Loved that it was the two oldest people in the game left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was getting a lot of Gabler energy from that challenge, when we would watch Gabler play. It
Yeah.
was kind of I think it was kind of the same challenge, wasn't it? Like that holding the rope. Like I think Gabler won immunity with it. Or something really similar to that where you have to use your own body weight to hold
I know
back.
they do ones with the. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I know they do ones with the body weight, but I don't remember ones where they have to stand. I guess maybe they all blend together at this point.
They've done that. I know they've done that challenge before. But
Well, I think it was like, the one where Gabler was like doing a shout out every 1 minute for somebody.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I think
yes.
it might have been like really close to the same challenge.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And why were they killing the ducks? I don't get it. Would have been better though if they were real ducks, and you have to save the duck's life. I mean, wouldn't that have been more?
That would have been exciting.
Would have been exciting.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to kill the duck. And the duck's named after your favorite person in the world. No.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'd
And then
endorse it.
Tribal. Bruce pats himself on the back. Oh, wait. When Bruce wins immunity, did you all know that it was going to be immediately cut to Katora being like, "Are you kidding me?"
That was perfect.
That was great.
I kind of love how it's like everything's set up to have this enemy relationship, right? Like opposing sides between Bruce and Katura. But the way it's going right now, it's like I'm really excited for the possibility that now they have to like work together. Like I love
They
in one
have
of these
to.
games when enemies have to work together, or even better, when there's like a secret alliance between two well-known enemies. That's fun to watch. So
That is really
what?
fun to watch.
I like the whole like opposing sides, but I think I'm much more excited for the idea of them having to figure it out and work together.
Well, how long have we been saying that Katura needs to stop being so vindictive, and she needs to work?
Yes.
Work. I mean, and now she, like you're saying,
I don't think. Oops, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
She's going to have to work. I think to survive, she has to work with Bruce and Jake.
Yeah. But see, Bruce has a lot of the same kind of energy as Katura, though, too.
He's just as bad. Yeah,
calling people out or accusing people of things without thinking it through before you and pull them aside. Calling them out in front of everybody. Those kind of things. I don't know. Poor Jake. He has to work with the two of them together.
Yeah, he has to.
He's just gonna be like, I don't know what to do.
He's like, maybe they should have voted me out last week. I don't know if vindictive is the right word for Katora. I think just overall overly annoyed, curmudgeonly, even when it comes to Bruce.
Well, she's got to let it go for the better of her game, and she hasn't.
She's gonna have to suck it up next week.
She finally thought she had him at the water hole. We got him. Yes.
She's like, yes.
Damn that man. Damn that man.
Kelly and Bruce were the only ones that really won the lottery this week.
Yeah.
And then, oddly enough, that was interesting. They had opposite games this week. Bruce lost at the auction. Kelly really won the auction.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bruce ended up being safe and Kelly went home. Yeah, interesting. I just talked myself into that one. Huh.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a lot of really really great like checks and balances, and like you said in the very beginning, with all the foreshadowing in our confessions with Drew, and it was
Yeah.
it was a really well edited episode.
The episode, there was no lull. It just kept nice
Yep.
steady stream.
Yeah, it was good. Julie, what do we think about Julie? Do we like Mama J?
I think I think she can go as far as her alliance will take her.
I could see her being a final 3.
Yep.
Maybe getting 1 vote.
Yeah,
person.
I see her sitting in the final 2, whether she'll get any votes or not. I don't know, but she does feel like she's going to be sitting in that third seat.
Because she's really not doing anything other than keeping her alliance. I'm not saying she's
smart.
She's smart. She's made comments that they should do this and do this and do this, but they haven't done it.
Right.
I feel like maybe the 2 biggest things the one biggest thing I think that would possibly get her out the door is that if they see her as getting rid of her as a way of wounding Dee's game.
Right.
I could see that too. But clearly she and Dee are close allies because they flipped with the rest of them.
Yep.
Whereas Kendra wasn't told, Couture wasn't told, and Kelly wasn't told. Obviously Kelly wasn't told, but yeah.
Don't tell Kelly. I am Kelly. Oh, my bad.
That Jake.
I really like Jake. I hope we have Jake until the final episode. I hope he's around.
He's so entertaining and he has so much
6.
heart. Like he's like the heart, right? He's the heart of this season.
He is. He's like the cowardly lion.
Yep. I loved
but not a coward. You know what I mean, though?
His little speech, that he was like when during tribal. I love that he tried to slip in like that he had an idol. Whoops.
Yes. Oh my god, that was awesome.
If I play
if that caused any real paranoia, or if everyone was like, "Okay, Jake."
Well, Couture looked nervous. Looked nervous, so I could see it worked on some and not for others. But yeah, that was clever.
Yeah, I like that man.
I don't think it changed anybody's vote.
No, I don't think it did either.
But when he stood up like he had an idol, and not just a shot in the dark, people were like going, especially,
I know, right?
Especially Julie's face was like,
oh no,
oh no, I might go home. Oh good, he lost his shot in the dark. Damn, I still lost.
I know.
Like, can we get Caleb to blow on this?
Can we? That was awesome. That was very.
I mean, you have to feel for Julie in another way too, because it was like, okay, I'm saved, I'm not saved, I'm saved, I'm not saved. It's, it was just like, it was like a roller coaster for her because she had to figure that Kelly would have Kelly, that Kelly would have Jake probably would have voted for Kelly if he kept his vote. So it was. It was a rough ride for her.
She even said it when they were talking about how they wanted to do their votes or possibly split the vote.
She said it's going to be
people might come after me because of Bruce and my association with Bruce. And I mean, maybe we didn't see it, but like that's the point where like go say someone's name, anybody's damn name. Say someone else's name. If you're really sure that you're the next, who cares then? Put someone out there. You're already a target.
Right.
Do something with it. At least try.
And plus, when she keeps saying, Bruce is, he keeps saying I'm his number one, and I'm trying to distance myself from him. But then she goes on those long walks with him. It's not her fault because he, she doesn't want to piss him off. But it's
Bruce,
like,
I'm just trying to walk away for a quarter of a mile to go take a dump. Like, leave me alone.
Man.
It's like the lines at Disneyland. You got to do what you got to do, right? Yo ho, this line really stinks. Anyway.
But at the end, it looks like that it wasn't Bruce's fault that Kelly went home. I mean, it was kind of Bruce's fault for winning immunity, but
right.
Yeah,
I don't think it was fact that they were closed.
She was a threat. She could
threat.
have won it all.
Yes, those beautiful green eyes. I will miss watching them on the beach every day. Every week.
No, if they had beautiful. Okay, what if the fish eyes were beautiful green eyes? Would that have made it more tastier?
Fish eyes, yuck.
Props to Austin to be like, I've probably eaten, weird enough things. I can do this. And he just goes out there.
Now,
just like sashimi.
How many advantages does Austin have now?
Like 17.
All of them. The entire island.
He's got at least 2.
Yes. Yeah, because now his
and Drew still has his I can walk away thing, right?
Yep.
Yes, safety without power.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
So they are going to
yeah, I would be, and we'll talk about this in a second, but I would be willing to I don't think Drew or Bruce are going home next week unless they're very much fooled into not playing an advantage.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree.
And Austin's name hasn't been on anybody's radar, so we'll see.
Which is surprising because he's a physical threat. He's very likable.
He's attractive.
Yeah,
I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, okay. He's like got the full package. No pun intended, I guess.
Oh, but he does.
But it's how come his name is not
slow motion, baby?
Yeah. How come his name is not coming up?
But here's the thing: he is physical. But if you'll notice, he's not like the last 2 people standing in the competitions. He might be in the last 3 or 4. I kind of would be surprised if we didn't find out down the road that he's thrown some of them.
Interesting.
That could, because he does have advantages. So why?
Yeah.
Why draw attention to yourself?
He doesn't need them.
And we also are in an era of Survivor where the smart people are duking it out.
Yes. So
we don't know.
That's a possibility.
He's good at the puzzles, is he? Is he good at the puzzles that we've?
I don't think we've seen.
I don't know if he's done a puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been in charge of a puzzle.
Oh, I tried to put one of those puzzles together. Did I talk about this last week?
Did you?
Jay and I went to a birthday party. Jack, watch my kids. For Kurt, who's a big Survivor fan.
Oh, I did.
You did. If you've been to any of the RHAP live shows, Kurt's been to a whole bunch of them. He wears the fun suits. Awesome. But we went to his birthday party, and it was Survivor themed, and it had different puzzles and challenge questions and stuff like just things like that.
Oh, that's fun.
And I did one of them that was the shape of a flame. It took me 2 hours. I was so mad. I wouldn't let anybody help me. Jay and the woman sitting next to him, they put it together in like 15 minutes. And I was like, I don't want anybody to talk to me. I don't want anybody to touch me. I don't want any help.
So what you're saying is you ain't the puzzle.
I thought I'd be good at puzzles.
You're not the puzzle beast.
I am not a puzzle beast. I thought I was. I had a big wake up call. It was my Brandon moment.
Did you follow that up by falling face first into the sandbox?
I almost fell face first just onto the table because when I finally finished it, I have a picture of it. Let me see if I can hold it up. But it was so embarrassing, guys. Like, it was so embarrassing. I couldn't. I was so. I was like, how is this difficult? He's like, how is it this difficult? Okay, here it is. Hold on.
Did someone hide a piece from you?
Actually, there was one piece missing that Jay was like an hour in. He was like, can I just like give you one thing? And I was like, no, shut up. And he's like, he just picks up the bag and he's like, look, you're missing a piece. And I was like, okay, fine. So yeah, that was it.
Oh.
It was hard. It was very difficult.
Was it 2 hours difficult? I don't know.
It was for me, but there's an Etsy shop that sells them, like 3D prints them.
Oh, cool.
So I think that I might need to order a whole bunch so I can just practice and really feel better about myself.
For next year's birthday party, right?
Yeah. No.
I got it in an hour.
I know. I was like, yes, I'm get better, guys. Anyway, any last thoughts about this episode? Otherwise, we have feedback and we'll tally the votes.
Nope, I got nothing.
All right. We will be right back. And we're back.
Best commercial ever.
Best commercial ever.
It's my favorite.
We're going to kick it off with an email from Mandy.
Mandy!
Hey, Mandy.
And Mandy says, Jeff was ruthless. How many times did he have to practice stabbing a bag of rice? Because that was flawless.
It's like he's got a pig carcass in a cooler. He just keeps shanking.
Actually, it's the intern he doesn't like.
Right. Seriously, how many?
I'll write the parents.
How many takes was that? No, that was just so oddly violent.
And it came out of nowhere.
It's a new era. It's like, I'm gonna take your right hostage.
I love the
I can no longer come on in, guys. Ah!
Slicey, slice. That was
this
really
is for Hannah, and this is for Sean.
Jeff, you only have to stab it once.
Yeah.
We're running out of rice.
You want I should cut you?
All right, Mandy continues. I really want Bruce to go home so we can stop hearing about how they want Bruce to go home. Yeah, I'm starting to think that's why they needed to have 90-minute episodes, because they have to dedicate at least 15 of those minutes to people talking about getting Bruce out.
Exactly.
That Funkle Bruce needs to go.
Bruce has to go.
Oh my God. And then Mandy says, well, that was a blind side. No better way to go out. Although I think Jake was more blindsided than Kelly. He was not blindsided enough that he lost his sense of humor.
I love how he tried to check his manners, because he did the whoa. I mean, whoa.
Whoa. Sorry.
Sorry.
Can't believe she's going home and not me. Oh, she's still here? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, right.
Oh, she can hear me.
See ya, Kelly. And she forgot her torch. She'd be like, I don't even have my torch.
Oh, I know.
I was like,
she was so shaken up. I felt so bad.
It was awkward. It's like, did you do this to me? And Emily goes, yeah.
Good for Emily.
At least she's got Caleb there. I mean, like, he seems like somebody that would do a good job of getting you to see the bright side and, letting go of some of the shock and hurt from that. So
very true.
Unless Caleb's a different person outside the camera, just goes, get away from me. You voted me.
I could not see that
coming.
I could not see that at all.
No, I think he's genuine.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's move into the tally the votes. Spoiler alert. We all had Kelly in the final three, as I said before.
Man, I knew I was like going, this is not good. I think I have her in the final three. I think I have Jake in the final three too, don't I?
Let's check. You have Jake in your final three as well. But, he could be final three.
No, I'm saying I would have lost either way tonight.
Yeah. I mean...
Remember, too, that Kelly was a previous alternate.
That's right.
That's right. Too good.
So, all right, final.
Our other one is Austin. Austin's also alternate.
Yes. None of us gets points for Kelly, although Jamie needs a new winner's pick. Because I believe now all three of Jamie's final three picks have gone home.
They're gone. They're gone. They had Nick Fitz and,
Yeah. Hannah was your first final three, Kelly, and then Sabaya. Oh, so sad.
Yeah, still pretty upset about Sabaya going. But you know what? I'm gonna pick my new winner's pick, and I'm gonna go with D.
Ooh, all right. So then you will get 10 points for D.
All right.
Well, that was quick and easy. Thank you for that one.
You bet.
I love that at 10:30 at night. All right, and then D lost 10. Isn't this exciting to listen to me doing this if you're not watching on camera? I'm sure it's just as boring on camera too. Jake is Jack's winner's pick still, and Couture is still in the game for me.
Oh crap, I could have lost my winner's pick too. Jeez.
Yeah,
you could have.
We seem to have a lot of episodes where whoever you picked is versus who I picked for either going home or the winner.
Well, I also have some bad news. Nobody got any points this week because Kendra, Dee, and Drew, neither of them went home. I think this might be one of the first in which nobody got a point. Because usually at least somebody gets a point for merge or pre-merge.
Well, and I have Kelly for merge.
You have Kelly as your final 3.
But she was my final 3, so that takes away my merge points, correct?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It mutes my merge.
You didn't pick her as merge. You picked her as final 3.
Okay. Separate categories. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Her name's crossed off.
Sorry.
All the stars and the names are crossed off.
I'm sorry.
How sad it is to say goodbye, but
say goodbye to all our friends.
All right. Who do we think is going home next week? I feel like this is just like tossing a bunch of confetti in the air and seeing where it lands.
Right? I was gonna go with D, but I'm gonna say Kendra.
She's so annoying.
She's on the outs, and she may, she would have to work with Bruce too. So
that's true. That's very true.
And they pulled together and vote. I don't think she can win it. D can win it. So if I'm playing, I would probably want to get rid of D. But if she's in my alliance, I'd keep her around.
I think D has too much power still. She has too many people that are still loyal to her in the game. But again, you never know. It could just literally be Julie and Kendra that vote for her. Yep. That vote that stick with her, and everybody else kind of sees the light. Right. This is tough. This is really tough. Because I have no idea. I don't think it's going to be D. I don't think it would be wild if it ended up being Bruce or Drew or Austin, because they all have advantages. Could it be that Katura's going next week? Am I going to lose my winner's pick?
Could be.
I'm
I thought about her, but I don't think I don't think she can win it now.
I'm thinking of throwing Emily out there. She doesn't have any advantages. She is the person that's been telling whenever there's a big plan, she is the person to say, oh, hey, by the way, there's an all girls alliance. Oh, by the way, they're all putting your name down. Maybe something from that will come back and bite her, or they'll see the only way to disengage some of the Drew and Austin is to, pull a Kelly on Emily.
That's true. That's very true. So are you going with Emily?
Yeah, might as well. I'm going to go for it.
All right. Then I guess I might as well go with Katura.
Yeah.
I could also see them going for Drew. I'm sorry. Going for D, going for the queen, missing and taking out Julie instead. I'm going to go Julie. I could see her being a stray bullet as terrible metaphor to use in nowadays times.
But yeah.
Unless that'll be Jeff next time shooting the rice.
Just not bringing a knife to this gunfight, guys.
Yes.
Oh no!
Go ahead, make my day.
No,
Jeff, this is fun. This is fun.
Are we having fun? This is how we do it on Survivor.
Then you would have, then Kendra could legitimately be, because if he's shooting the rice, then that would be enough to,
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Any last thoughts on this episode overall? I really liked it.
I gotta say, I thought this might be my last season of Survivor, but I gotta tell you, so far I've enjoyed it.
I feel like they're shifting things in the right way instead of the dumbest way.
I thought it was going to be pulling teeth with 90 minutes, and it's not. So.
It's not. No, it's been very interesting. Again, I don't know if they can, redo it next season, but I just, like I said, that when they're bringing back the auction, I go, come on, but they completely changed it.
Yes, and I like that you couldn't bid for an advantage.
And there was strategy involved.
Yes.
So I enjoyed it.
Yes. Now they'll have to switch it up because it'll get old real quick.
Right. They're gonna have to. It'll have to be. You don't have it around for another couple of years.
Yeah, or they have a rule you can't bid higher than the person that's got the second below you, so it becomes a bidding war or something like that.
Right.
But I was we were at a birthday party this past weekend, and I was talking to some people that watch Survivor there, and we were talking about how it's really tough to go to 9:30 because kids cannot stay up till 9:30. And somebody else that was there was
Kids.
like my kid wants to stay up till the end of it, but I'm like, my dude, we're out at 9 o'clock. I have to, you got to go to bed. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the same thing here. So I'm now taken to watching it on a different room than everybody else. And then we were all in agreement that, the 90 minutes is actually a pleasant surprise. So, and it's going to be 90 minutes for the next foreseeable future. So,
well, Jackson Glappler points out that season 46 first 2 episodes are 2 hours.
Yes.
Are they 2 hours? Okay.
Yep.
Probably because they don't have The Amazing Race.
Oh, that makes sense then. Well, that's a lot. We're doing Thursdays those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Calling it now.
Calling it now. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, for joining us. Thank you to the patrons, especially the patrons that contribute at a certain level. And that would be Eckhart, Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Planet, and the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thank you guys so much. If you'd like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/JayandJack. That helps the other shows out on the network as well, which are right now, what's going on is the Broadcasters with me, Amanda, and Shandy. Ramblecast After Dark with Jack and a bunch of other dude bros. And The Amazing Race with Jack and Cindy. So, if you could spare a couple, head over there, check that out. If you have any feedback for us, please send us an email at survivorjjc@gmail.com, and we'll read it on the show next week. All right. Anybody got anything? Or are we good? We're going home? Going home. We are home. We're going to bed? Cool. Jack
is night, Shirley.
Jack has picked up a sharpened pencil and is slashing it at the screen. Yeah, now that looks bad. Yeah, just go that way. No, don't do it that way. Okay, now we're just doing dirty things with the pencil.
You want right? This is how you get it. This is the new generation of Survivor.
Yeah, it's a new era. Goodbye, everybody. Colleen, peace out. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.